What is going on, YouTube? It's Shane here, and we got some big news, guys. This is some pretty crazy stuff. Have to do kind of an emergency live stream about it right now. I don't know what this actually is going to mean for the YG artists. I don't know what this is going to mean for the industry. I don't know if it's going to mean anything besides just being a big media story. So we need to talk about this. So a few hours ago, it was announced that YG would be stepping down from his position, as well as his brother, the CEO. So there's Hyun Suk, of course, the YG of YG, stepping down from YG Entertainment, as well as the current CEO, which a lot of people, including myself previously, don't know is the actual CEO of YG, Hyun Suk's brother, Min Suk, who's a very, I would say, mostly disliked person as a CEO for YG. It's kind of like how a lot of people still think Isuman runs SM, where he's the daddy of SM, but Isuman is not the CEO of SM. Same thing with YG. Actually, YG's brother is the real CEO. Though both are shareholders in the company. So we got to talk about this and what the implications are. So basically, you guys probably saw my tweet, and I stand by that. I'm going to say it first. If anything happens to Blackpink, I'm done. So we'll start it off on that note. Second note would be, it's been thing after thing, scandal after scandal. YG is imploding on itself, to the point where not only is YG stepping down himself, but also the actual CEO of the company, which is his brother. So let's just go through these news articles, and then I have 4 Soompi articles here. We're gonna go through the articles. I'm gonna kind of make them a little bit bigger on the screen, so hopefully you can read them a little bit better. And then we're just going to kind of go through it. So let's just kind of move it over here. And hopefully you guys can read it. Let me know if you guys can read it okay on your end. And then we're going to just kind of go through this. So, I'll just zoom in here. That'll make it easier. Okay. Do it like that. All right. So here's the first article. Obviously, breaking. Hyun Suk announces plans to step down from YG. So today, Hyun Suk shared his official statement regarding his recent controversy surrounding YG Entertainment. So we already know all the bullshit going on in YG. All of the, I don't want to get demonetized, all of the substance abuse issues, all of the sexual issues surrounding shanesnh of Big Bang, all of the artists and former trainees with issues surrounding substance abuse. I'm not going to say the actual word because it'll get demonetized. Which of course was BI of iKON, who was just recently removed from iKON and his contract terminated from YG Entertainment. So basically, YG denies all allegations, including allegations against himself, who's also being looked at for tax evasion or tax fraud, something like that. So here's what he wrote here. So the founder, obviously YG, Papa YG here, said, "I'm sorry to the fans who love YG and our agency celebrities. I am also sincerely apologetic to all of our employees who are silently continuing to do their work throughout the downpour of criticism. I've been patiently tolerating words about the current situation that are too disgraceful and humiliating to mention, as they have been told indiscriminately as though they are the truth." So he's denying basically any wrongdoing, basically that there's anything wrong in the company. But he says, "However, I think it's too difficult now. I think there can no longer be a situation where YG, our agency celebrities, and fans are experiencing harm due to me." He goes on to say, "For 23 years, I've dedicated half my life and everything to growing YG. However, I'll step down from all my positions at work at YG starting today. I sincerely hope there is no further harm to the YG celebrities I love, and to the fans who love them because of me." So you can see the whole thing here. He also talks about this part here. "There's currently many experts at YG who have more capabilities and sense, blah, 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 blah." And then he talks about, "Lastly, I believe the truth of the current media reports of malicious gossip will be revealed through investigations. Thank you." So he's basically just kind of saying, there's too much harm, I'm going to step down. but nothing actually went wrong, which is full of BS, but it is what it is. So let's move over to the actual CEO, Yang Min-suk, and his decision to resign as well. Here's his official translated statement. To YG family, to all those who have been putting in effort in this recent environment, I would like to express my apologies as well as my thanks. I don't know what you're thanking, but I'm deeply ashamed of myself. When I think of everyone feeling uneasy and worried due to all the continuous and provocative issues that have been happening from the beginning of the year. Well, I'm glad you're a little bit ashamed. Yang Hyun Suk and I have immersed ourselves in music activities and management and have silently endured all the speculations because we believe that the truth will surely come to light. Again, more BS on top of BS. Like, it's just a whole shit party of bullshit. Try not to get demonetized. Okay, however, as I've watched different situations continuously, give celebrities who are unrelated to the recent issues in our agency a hard time, I've realized that it's hard to overcome by just enduring. See how they use the word endure? They have to endure. They have to suffer. YG has to suffer. In order for the company to solve these current difficulties, grow, and prepare for a new breakthrough, I believe a big change is needed. In order for there to be no misunderstandings regarding Yang Hyun Suk's decision to step down, I think there needs to be a clarification on my part. After careful consideration, in the midst of these situations, I have decided to resign from my long-held position as CEO at YG. A while ago, during my commemoration for the 23rd anniversary, I shared with you we ourselves must first change in order to overcome the current difficulties. I sincerely hope my decision will be the start of a big new and positive change for YG. So that's basically the beginning of it. The two have stepped down from what they said. Now we're going to go to this speculation here. And then we're going to go to another story. Industry insiders speculate on Yang Hyun Suk's possible influence even after officially leaving YG. Even a lot of Koreans, one of my Korean friends, other people are saying the same thing. They're stepping down in writing, through an announcement, but does that mean they're actually not going to have any kind of say in the company, any kind of pull or push or pull in the company or the industry? I think they're still going to have plenty of push and pull in it. YG, as in Papa YG, Yang Hyun Suk himself is still a major shareholder of the company. The brother is as well, not as much as YG himself, but they're also, he's the founder. YG's the founder of YG. Yang Hyun Suk is the founder of YG, I should clarify. So there could still be a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, but this is still a pretty dramatic publicity stunt or media move on their part. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to rebrand the company. I don't imagine them changing the name of the company, but because it's YG, it's such an industry name that everybody knows. It's just that now it's gotten such a bad connotation to it. I don't know what they're going to do, but let's read this article. Okay, so YG announced his decision to step down. The brother did the same. CEO, okay. Yang Hyun Suk is not the CEO, but is the founder of the agency, and his official position was representative producer. He played a major role in the casting and training of trainees, as well as the music and video production process of YG's artists. Although YG has hired many experts to specialize in certain fields, like any major entertainment agency, Papa YG continued to exercise final confirmation privileges over the company's internal decisions, blah, 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 blah. So this is why any controversy that affects YG Entertainment itself basically comes to reflect badly on YG, Papa YG, Yang Hyun Suk. Even with his resignation, he may continue to exercise influence over the content production of YG artists. And it says here, however, although YG Entertainment also houses many top actors, YG did not participate much in the actor management part of the agency. He's part of the music side because that was his background with Soteji and Boys. That's his background. Just like JYP or Isuman, they all have the background before they became the major founder of an entertainment agency. So to go on here, other industry insiders expressed skepticism over whether Yang Hyun Suk would be able to completely separate himself from YG's business, especially because Yang Hyun Suk remains a major shareholder, as I mentioned. He still has about 16% or more of their stocks, percent of their stock. His name is not listed in the official board members, but it talks about how there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on in Korea. For example, that crazy Korean air chick that was doing all kinds of crazy stuff, having a tirade. She's not listed underneath the what do you call the board of directors or whatever, but still, of course, she's in there. Um, let's see here. For a job like representative producer, it doesn't matter what the official position name is. You can have lots of influence over content production. It's even easier in this case because Hyun Suk is still a major shareholder. One director of a music promotion company stated, if you look at the comments on some job websites, the reputation of YG is something like, why do they need hundreds of employees when one person does everything anyway? They're talking about Hyun Suk. The current executives are all on Hyun Suk's side, so we can continue to have influence both directly and indirectly. And then the brother, the CEO, still has 3% or more of the shares of the company as well. So it's basically kind of like saying, does this even matter? Does this actually mean anything? Is it more of just like a way to save the company from further harm? Like they're showing, oh, we're going to step down. We've done wrong. Well, they actually don't even admit they've done wrong, but they basically say we're going to step down. We need to make a better YG. Everything's going to come out through investigations, but we need to step down, which really contradict each other. If you didn't do anything wrong, then you wouldn't need to step down. But they're basically saying like, oh, there's so much going on that's being said about our artists that's untrue. So to prevent further damage to anybody, we're going to step down and restructure the company. Whatever. It's bullshit. But this might not mean anything because it's still YG. He has such a big, not just a big share of the company, but a big pull in the industry and, of course, in the company itself. So then we're going to go to one last article here, which doesn't talk about Blackpink as far as I can see. I didn't really read it yet. But it talks about like Ihai, Akdong musician, and I'm thinking it talks about Winner. It talks about Icon too, but mostly it focuses on Winner, Ihai, and Akdong. Surprised it didn't talk about Blackpink, but maybe because they realized that Blackpink can survive without YG. Maybe the other groups can too, but Blackpink is definitely kind of the one life raft that's like holding this company up right now. Alright, let's read this. So attention shift to YG artists' remaining contract periods amidst continued controversies. With YG Entertainment facing many controversies like, drugs and sex issues and tax evasion, all that stuff, and then now the CEO and YG himself have stepped down. SingNee was terminated. BI was terminated. People are thinking about Ihai, Akdong, Winner, and they all have a lot of time on their contracts with YG. Says for Ihai, though she made her debut in 2012, she signed her contract in 2013. Contract is 10 years long, so she still has to go until 2023, unless they just terminate it like they did with BI and SingNee. But those were obviously, there were reasons for that, especially SingNee. Although BI, hasn't been we haven't seen exactly what's going on with BI yet fully. I understand exactly why they did that. So it says Agmu, the sibling duo who made their debut in April 2014, signed a 7-year contract. At the start date of the contract, they'll end in April 2021. Winner also mentioned that they have a long time in their contracts, but we don't know exactly how much. Blackpink also is Blackpink in your area. I mean, they have a contract with YG that's definitely outstanding. We're still waiting for Rosé's solo debut. So I don't know what's gonna happen with YG. Oh, we got Matt from K-Pop saying, did you just throw shade at Icon, Ihai, Angmoon, Winner, Treasure, and Big Bang because I said Blackpink can survive without YG? I said the other ones can too, mostly, but I'm saying YG, the whole YG thing is falling down. The whole tower of cards, the house of cards is falling down. I mean, it's just totally crashing down. It is what it is. There's nothing you can say to dispute that. Akdong musician became famous because of the show and the fact that YG signed them. Ihai debuted as well. Winner and Icon also debuted debuted after the Survival Show program. and then the new group basically, think about like you have a garden, okay? So you got black pink in your area, you got black pink in your garden, okay? They have blown up. They're like a giant blossoming fucking beautiful plant, okay? You can transplant them anywhere and it's gonna flourish, right? But then you think about like treasure. They're like a brand new little bud. Now, can you transplant a little bud somewhere else? And can it survive? Perhaps. But it's very vulnerable to dying if you transplant a seed, transplant a plant when it's that small, depending on what type of plant it is. I mean, we're not going into that field of science. We're talking about music here. So Blackpink has quite shown that even amidst these problems in YG, that they're still overcoming, they're still kicking ass. We don't know what the fate of other YG artists are going to be. We don't even know what's going to happen with Blackpink either. We don't know what's going to happen with the contracts. That's why it was really interesting to see that, interested to see that YG artists were in this article, but not Blackpink. Snoopy did not mention Blackpink here. I'm guessing there must be a reason for that. So let's go to your guys' chat, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about it. People saying, finally, what the F is happening? Oh my god. Someone saying, okay, we got Blinking Black Pink saying, whoever takes their place will probably be just a puppet for these two. That's kind of what I was saying, or what a lot of people are thinking, and what a lot of industry speculators are saying, that yeah, they could just be a puppet for at least Young Hun's like himself. Let's see. Someone's saying, there's no one want to be the next CEO in YG unless it's GD or CL. I wish they'd put a female CEO to YGN. Someone says, Monica says, I'd love to see a female CEO in YG. CL for president. People's Pandemonium was saying, dang, dude, this is huge. Yes, it's pretty big. I mean, at least it's big in word. It's big in news, because I don't know what actually is going to happen behind the scenes. Obviously, my opinion is there's still going to be a huge amount of pull from YG behind the scenes, but the fact that he's actually stepping down from an official position publicly shows that he knows YG, the company, is... let's keep reading the comments. Swaggy Swag says, seriously, Blackpink can survive even they're not in YG. Blackpink already signed with UMG. That's also another point. Interscope, all that stuff is another point. Although I don't want them to be only... I mean, I want them to be in a healthy environment, signed with a Korean label. Of course, YG has never really provided that for them to begin with. Though they were the soil and the nutrients that made that tree or that plant, bloom. So that's about it. Swaggy Swag says it's a win for BP. I Died says it's BP Entertainment now, and Sunny D says time to join P Nation. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if Blackpink could like actually be out of their contract with YG, they should just literally sign with Psy's label, just like Hyuna did. Someone's asking, where's the Somi reaction? Should have done a reaction to it. I still can. Maybe I will. Maybe if I feel up to it after this, I'll do it. Because I had to do a live stream about this because it's just too crazy. Too crazy. Matt from KPOP saying he hates UMG. Nobody likes UMG itself, but it just gives these girls here one more reason and one more pedestal to be on top, to raise them up. Oh geez, Blackpink in my area. I got all my albums falling down over here. So what's gonna be of YG? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with YG. I think there's gonna be a lot more news to come. There's gonna be a lot of stuff uncovered in these investigations. If the police actually, I'm in Korea, I gotta be careful. If the police do as they say they're going to do, I have an eye twitch, sorry. But stuff is gonna come out. Something's gonna hit this fan. She's gonna hit the fan. I'm trying not to get demonetized, guys. And basically, we're just gonna have to see what the future is, because right now things are so up in the air. that they're beyond my speculation at this point. I did not see this coming at all, so it's beyond my speculation. I can't speculate beyond this at this point. Someone's asking who will be the next CEO. Who knows? Maybe they'll have a board meeting, board vote type of deal. But just like someone said, they could just be a puppet. Could just be a puppet for Hyun Suk and maybe his brother. But I don't know. More so for Hyun Suk himself. I don't know. It's all speculation. We're never gonna really know at this point what's gonna happen behind closed doors, unless there's some whistleblower in YG, which would be great. I'd love there to be a nice whistleblower in YG to just come out with all the tea, like literally, like bring out like, enough tea to quench our thirst for the next 10 years for these contracts to expire. All that tea, spill all that tea about YG, but I don't know. I doubt that will ever happen. Oh, Matt, be quiet. Go subscribe to K-pop while you're here, guys. He's in the live chat. He's so famous. Just kidding. So that's pretty much it for this video, though, guys. We're just gonna have to see what happens. Hopefully Blackpink will be okay, although I don't have the best feeling about it. Can't lie, I don't have the best feeling about Blackpink right now. Just kind of a shit show. It's just been a shit show since the whole Burning Sun thing happened. I mean, there's been issues. I mean, the TOP thing was not great, although I don't really blame TOP so much for what he did. In fact, I was very worried about TOP at the time because it was right after we lost a very dear person in the K-pop industry, and I was worried TOP might try to do the same thing. Thank God he didn't, and hopefully he never will, knock on wood. But we're having a lot of bad news in the K-pop industry in the past year or so, or even more so the past, I'll just say the past year and a half, and it's getting more intense the past 2-3 months. So it's coming to a head here. So this is what it's come to now, and we'll see what it comes to in the next few months until the end of this year. Sunny D says don't jinx it, and Blackpink Slay says Blackpink is the only artist in YG not affected by the YG scandal. Yeah, to a point, I kind of agree that Blackpink would be the least affected just because of their stature and their stance right now. They are not as senior as other groups, but just their international stature and also that contract with another large record label does help. But I don't know how much this is going to impugn Blackpink and then the rest of the artists. But it is what it is. There's not much that we can do about it at this point. We're just gonna have to sit back and watch the hit the fan, and hopefully Blackpink and all the artists we like are just gonna be left out of the show, and hopefully YG can learn from this and restructure itself and actually come back out the other side of the wormhole as a better company. I've talked some shit about SM in the past because when they deserved it, in my opinion. But YG has literally been like, hold my soju, downs the thing, and then throws it across the room and says, look at me now. And then SM looking like total like an angelic company now. So I don't know. It's nuts. So I'm gonna end it here, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Make sure you share this on Twitter. So everybody can know in the YG family, and all the blinks can know what's going on, because this is pretty big news. It's pretty important. So make sure you share this below. Subscribe if you're new, guys. I'm back to making videos on a regular basis. I got some stuff coming soon. Hope maybe next week, maybe the week after. I'm not exactly sure when, but I got some pretty good news on my part. I got some new stuff going with my channel, so that's good. YG might be falling apart, but hopefully my channel will actually be restructuring itself as well. So make sure you stay tuned. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you guys very soon. I might do a reaction video tonight live as well, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Let's just pray that our girls are going to make it through this.